What is up, guys? Welcome to Fantasy Benchwarmers Draft Day once again. How are you? It's me, JJT Solo Flight. So far, I'm not sure if Kamish is joining in. He has a game today, a real basketball game. So I'll be drafting in this league. And for a change, I will be the fifth pick. So let's see what happens here. It's my first draft wherein I pick within the top 10 because I've been picking outside of the top 10, usually within the 12 to 14 range. Yeah, so far we have a couple of players still not in, I think, but I hope that they'll be able to join in a bit, but or at least have their first round rankings or queues ready. Um, so yeah, lots of news as well today. Um, Interesting to see where some players would end up going, considering that one of the news is Jay Crowder. Um, Looks like he's on his way out. Phoenix. So the hottest pickup, I guess, is Cam Johnson. And it will be interesting to see where he lands because he's been landing quite far. Like, I think sometimes 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th round. Right. Um, so So let's see. For the fifth pick, I'm looking at a few options, but let's see who drops to me. KD, Harden. I just feel those guys could drop to me. Um, I'll be probably picking among those two guys. I'm tempted to go to. I'd also see if Embiid drops down. Though I doubt it, but let's see. Or Luca moves up. If Luca moves up, let's see. Let's see who drops. So shout out to all the managers in this league: Ace Bulo, Rondell Brigino, Justin Gan, um, Faid Raganut, Jemwell Balandra, Jinko, Jonel, Tangkonko, Kenneth Go, Maynard, Lacuesta, McBrien, Gonzalez, Ronel, Scott Lim, Sam Cristobal, and Seymour Seniorin. So Jokic and Yanis goes 1 and 2. Nothing really surprising. And then Luca goes 3. Fantasia just joined the draft just in time for his pick. And he picks Joel Embiid. I'm thinking between Harden and Durant. Um, I actually kind of like Harden here. I'm kind of worried about Durant, but um, or I could go KD. All right, I'll go Harden. So now this one gets a little more, I guess not tricky, but more of a preference thing. No major, the gaps among these players are not as big, I guess. I do, I kind of like three, kind of like to try three if I get the chance. But I picked Durant just because of I want that assist. Um, so yeah, let's see. On the turn on my second round, I'll see if I could get a big. I've had problems with getting bigs when I'm in the latter part of the draft, like when I'm in the last. I'm within the 12 to 14 picks, just because most of the players there are guards. So we'll see. Magic 300 is not yet in, but you know I don't think you'll go wrong with the first pick, the first round. I think it gets trickier as the rounds go by. Somewhere in the middle round, it gets more of a preference thing or a build type of thing wherein you pick based on the build. All right, let's put on the draft board as requested from the YouTube channel. So the string of point guards, Trey, Lamelo, Dame goes next. Interestingly, the rankings move LeBron down. He usually goes, within these spots, the 13th and 14th picks. I think Halliburton moved up, and I expect him to be picked in any of these two slots. So Booker goes ahead of Halliburton. So let's see um, what's going to be the next pick for these guys for Van Burn. So he went Booker and Donovan, which is surprising. We've got the first surprise of the day. Donovan really has dropped in the draft boards. And this is actually surprising, being picked 15. And he hasn't really been picked this high, even in his Utah days. So this is quite a surprise as well. AD, LeBron, DF looking into the Lakers connection. I don't like that. That's a kind of a risky bunch. Um, if this would be interesting because if Halliburton drops to Clamp Clamp Gods, who has Lamelo, that's going to be a really nice combo. So let's see who the Dame Maktoto is going to pick here to partner with Dame. So he gets Halliburton, which is fine. I think that's a good pick. I'll have to put some guys on my draft board. Um, I am strongly considering Gobert here. Uh, if in case some of the guys I want are no longer available. Or Sabonis. or Kyrie. Again, the second round has always been a challenge. So some guys going in early. Siakam has usually been partnered with Joel. Now he was picked a little earlier. Towns, Adebayo combo, interesting as well. Usually Adebayo goes late into the second round. Um, and I've had a couple of drafts already wherein Kyrie goes a little higher. They're at the 17, 18 spots. Now he has moved down a bit. So let's see. Who pulls the trigger on Kyrie? So Sabonis gets picked. Darn it. Gobert gets picked. I have Kyrie on my queue to go with Harden. I'm thinking if I should pull the trigger on Kyrie. Because I have one Kyrie already. Um, yeah, well, I just might. Just because, to be honest, there aren't really that many options, right? I wanted Gobert, I wanted Sabonis, but they were picked. Just put some guys on my queue. All right. So I've got Harden, Kyrie. Hopefully, I get a good big on the return. So everyone's here now, I think. Yeah, everyone's here now. I didn't really expect, I was thinking Gobert, might have gone. I might have gotten to Gobert, but I guess Subbarak didn't want to risk a Durant Kyrie combo. Both kind of risky picks because of the uncertainty there with the Nets, with both players initially wanting to get traded, or at least was supposed to be traded, were, you know, trade targets. Uh, so yeah, Anthony Edwards gets to 25 still. Nothing surprising. I have some doubts about Anthony Edwards. I think being picked there at the 20, the second round is a little too high. And we had this discussion before about Cade and Anthony Edwards, and I just feel like Cade might be the better choice over him, just because Anthony Edwards becomes what, the fourth, third, right, third or fourth option at times. Yeah, the third, right, third or second option. Uh, And then there might be some times where he's going to be the first. But again, you have Carl Anthony Towns, you have Philo there. Um, Offensively, he might be the second or the third option. But um, fantasy wise, he is probably the third best fantasy option there. Unlike Cade, who is dropping here. I haven't really seen him drop to the third round. Um, so it's going to be, I don't expect him to drop further. I don't expect him to get to me. Let's see. So Jokic, Garland, I'm looking at Aiton in my range. Uh, I've had 3-point guard lineups before. And so DeMar is pick 29th. Zion is 30. A little too high still. No Cade here. If he gets to me, might be too hard to pass up on him. Ah, can't believe Aiton gets picked. And Beal gets picked as well. Again, a dilemma I have because I don't think I'm gonna get any center after this. What am I? Pick 52. Uh, Again, 3 guard pick in the first 3 rounds. Um, I'm having some problems with getting quality centers. But let's see. This is me on the 5th pick of the draft. So maybe I could get someone there. Maybe Kristaps or I don't think Jared Allen falls, but let's see. Aiton was my guy. I was looking at Aiton. But yeah, he was picked ahead of me, ahead of my turn. So Kawhi now gets picked. I think that's a good, solid pick. Sam Slam gets Butler. Butler falling a bit. I was also contemplating about Butler, but um, it was there's, we kind of like Cade this year, so it was kind of hard to pass up on Butler, but on Cade, I mean, for Butler, who has always burned me with the availability because of the injuries. And I also had Kyrie there. I wanted a more reliable option. Reliable and younger option because Chris Paul was there, Giroux was there. Players who were a little older, a lot older than Cade. So you can see Kristaps here. Um, just put some guys on my queue. Mobley gets picked. Then Vucevic, and then the Aaron Fox. Kristaps gets picked. Again, I'm going to lose a bunch of centers here. I might end up with Jonas here. Um, but I don't want to force it too much. So let's see. The good thing is we are a one center league. So that position might not be, you don't really need too much centers to fill up, the usual two center positions. So that's another thing. I mean, if you're in a two center league, centers become a premium. And um, yeah, I mean, because there are very limited options when it comes to the centers, unlike the guards and the forwards. So Valanciunas, DF taking some time here. 3 seconds left. Right, he settles with Rozier. Chris Paul has dropped. I think at this point he is of great value already. Um, a team that might want him would be Magic 300. Um, I don't see the other guys. Maktotoy has a couple of point guards already. Uh, Clamp Gods, I know Clamp Gods is a big fan of Chris Paul, so I'm pretty sure if Chris Paul falls to him, he'll get him. I mean, LaMelo with Chris Paul, Paul George, I mean, solid already. So let's see. Maktotoy gets Scotty Barnes, another player in my queue. And I'll be surprised if Clamp Gods don't see. Told you. He's gonna go Chris Paul. I played with him a few years already. I know him, not personally, but the style of draft and players that he gets. And Chris Paul has always been one of, I think, his favorite guys there. So now I have to worry about some players in my queue. But let's see how this one turns out. Josh Giddey at 48. Really, really high. Um, but yeah, I could understand why he needed some point guard. Okay, let me see. So Zach Levine. Now I'm contemplating. Would John Collins still get to me? Because he's the guy I'm eyeing. Um, I'm thinking of going Bane, 52, or Ingram. I go Bane. And keep our fingers crossed that Collins gets to me. I was also thinking about Mikal. Let's see. Damn it. I should have picked him. So I might end up with Nurkic. Some of the guys here could fall. Um, for Sengun, let's see if I can still go Sengun later on. Like Cal too. Michael Porter has been falling, so I'll leave him there. He might still fall to me later on. Um, so I can go Wendell as well. Orford Stairs, or we've got some options later on. So yeah, let's see. Wood goes 55. So the only surprises so far for me, the Donovan pick. Actually, the second round was kind of a surprise. The way that turned out. Donovan, Anthony Edwards going early. Ja Morant is another guy that went a little early. Um, Tyrese dropping a bit, not too much, a bit in the second round was a little surprising. Um, yeah, the Donovan pick probably was the most surprising so far. Bronson 56, back-to-back picks for Gepong. He should get a center now. I mean, a rebounder. I think that's and that's going to be a challenge here because there aren't much options unless you reach, uh, for a player. So let's see who he gets. So he went with Mikal, another option of mine. Uh, Randall at 58. And I'm thinking if I should hold off on picking a center because I still have Capella there. I could still go Mitch Robinson. PJ is still there. Um, but this is what round? It's round 5. So Keldon goes mean, not many choices. So now let's see who's gonna drop after this round. I was kind of happy that Sengun was picked because I was choosing between him and Nurkic. I didn't want to reach early for Wendell Carter, although he just got picked. Um, and solid here for Sugbarak. I think you know he's got a great, nice, solid lineup. Um, yeah, as I was saying, I was choosing among Sengun, Nurkic, and Wendell Carter Jr. And if Sengun was available, I might have taken my chance on him. There is lots of Kawhi Shea, not really the type of build you would want because of the risk. But again, it's a high risk, high reward kind of thing. Clay at 66. Clay goes 66 to boost the threes. Scott Lang, Camp Gods now on the clock. Tyrese goes to Maktotoy. Jakub Poeltl pick here. Banquero, probably the first rookie pick. Pick 70, Bad Burn rounds out the. It's about to round out round 5. All right, Tobias ends round 5. We now head to the 6th round. This is the half, no, not yet the halfway mark. Our leagues have 12 roster spots only. Um, we designed it that way. We decided to go that route because we wanted to have options at least, lots of options in the waiver wire. In the free agent pool, uh, also since there'll be a couple of IL plus um, positions, I mean roster spots. somehow that was our way of preventing managers hoarding too much players, I guess. We usually have just one IL plus or one IL spot, but since COVID, we decided to go with two and then just reduce the roster spots just to not, um, you know, just to give some managers the options as well, and not to dilute too much the free agent pool, not to um, leave. Right, Capella gets big. I thought he's gonna get to me, but I guess it was more positional as well. He's looking for a center. So who are we targeting here? Um, for my team, we have options. Now, also interesting to see where Robert Williams falls because he's going to be out 8 to 12 weeks. That's a lot of time. Uh, He'll probably miss the whole 2022. I might go with Al he um, if he is available, and then might go with Vassell after. Every time I mention a center, they get picked. So yeah. Um, so yeah, let's see who I end up with. I'm thinking now if I will go if I will reach for Vassell or Sexton goes 76. This is good. This is good. I mean, let's go. I might go Vassell and then hopefully remain he would be available to me. No one really wants Michael Porter Jr. I mean, everyone's really staying away from him. Um, he's been falling outside of 100. If round 8 he's gonna be available, I'm gonna pick him. Well, I'm staying away too, but not as much as the other guys are. What's the notes on Gary Trent? Yeah, I'm contemplating of going Basel here and maybe PJ after. So we're going Devin Basel. He's got card forward eligibility. And then let's see if I won't talk about the power forward center. I'm a, I'm picking next, but yeah. All right. Actually, another surprise here has been Trey Jones. Trey Jones was picked earlier than usual, a little too early. Jamal at 81 is solid pick. Jamal's been going around the 70s. So at 81, I think that's really solid. If Herb falls to me, I'm gonna like that too. And then maybe wait for Zuba to fall to me. I mean, I don't have much center. Draymond, that's pick. Still lots of solid players here. So now, halfway done. Um, 6 more rounds. It's getting slower now as managers try to reach for the players they like. Right. Ben Simmons gets picked at 86. Let me see the feel good standings we have here. Um, so I'm dead last in field goal. So I need more points. Little more points. Right. I'm okay. I'm okay. Let's see. Now I'm tempted to either go Michael Porter here All right, Michael Porter gets picked. So Michael Porter gets picked. One more, and then it's me. Herb Jones gets picked. So now I'm looking at ooh, let's go Mitch Robinson. I probably won't get to PJ anymore. So let's put some guys on my queue. I like Keegan Murray for um, let's put Laurie there. PJ gets picked. I don't think Laurie will get to be. But all right. So we're winning the feel good standing so far. Let's see. So this is just round 7. So we have 5 more rounds to go. And I think it's going to be crucial here. The next few rounds would be crucial. As well. So let's see who we have here. Where? No, interesting not to see who takes a risk on um, Robert Williams. If in round 8 or 9 he's still available, I'll probably pick him. I know. I mean, first a shot, right? Uh, Simmons at 96. Kuzma is a little too high. I think it's a little bit of a reach. I've seen him being picked way below 100. So way higher than 100. Way outside the 100. So that's surprising. Brogdon is another guy. I mean, I'd rather have Kyle Lowry over Brogdon. So Lowry hasn't been picked yet, and I wouldn't be surprised if Badburn picks him. I think. I mean, I'd rather pick Lowry than Westbrook. But yeah, Bojan. So now everyone's trying to reach. Um, yeah, I mean, another player who's usually being picked here in this round is Jaren Jackson Jr. Um, Honestly, I'd rather have Robert Williams than Jared Jackson at this point. But yeah, let's see. Who do we like? Who do we like? The Andre Hunter is actually a free agent guy every draft. So that's so much of a reach, which we like now because we don't want them to be picking. Um, Shug Barak, still the team I like. Solid picks, even the last pick of PJ Washington. Um, I think it's, who else? The McTotoy picks are nice, except for the DeAndre Hunter pick. I didn't like that one. He usually ends up, the good thing is about watching these drafts and having so much drafts, attended so much, a number of drafts already. You know where certain players go. You know whether certain players gets picked. And unlike mock drafts, these are actual drafts that we do. So, as you see, no auto drafts, everyone stays until the end. Um, so you get to see which players are not being picked and which players are being picked earlier or later than usual. And I know that the the rankings also changed, and that may have impacted some of the draft picks here, but not a major or a big change from the pre-change of the draft rankings by Yahoo. So yeah, um, Magic 300 now. Picking. And Jabari Smith. Second rookie pick. Should I cue Gordon Hayward? I mean, I might pick Robert Williams here um, already, but this is round 8. Just because I don't think there's any really home run pick at this point. And if I make it past, All-Star break being there, I think I have a good chance. So I think Robert Williams could end up a big plus on my team. So yeah, I'm picking Robert Williams here. Uh, Now, here's the thing. I mean, I think the problem now is that I've got 3 centers, and that Mitch Robinson pick, I think should have been PJ Washington. I think that pick, I know I was going back and forth on Mitch Robinson, PJ Washington. So yeah, now I cannot. I think I should be picking Gordon Hayward to really, really um, tempting. Because Commissions talked me into Gordon Hayward being of value way past the 100 mark. Which, to be honest, I'm not sure if he is, but yeah. Instead of Gordon Hayward, I might just go Cameron Johnson, who I saw has power forward eligibility. So I might just do that since I'm reaching anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna reach here Cameron Johnson, and I think it's just a one round reach. If the ADP probably isn't updated because Dre Crowder news came in just this morning, so yeah, I'd rather have him. Than, so hopefully no one gets him. I mean, the guys being picked here, Kelly Oubre, um, Bobby Portis, even Bojan, who doesn't have a team yet, right? I mean, he's been in trade rumors, right? Has he been traded? Yeah, he was traded. He was traded to Detroit. But let's see where who Boy Gem picks. So Jalen Smith got picked in Robert Covington. Um, Damn, every time I talk about someone, they get picked. I think Boy Gem's lineup looking good. Okay. I kind of like that lineup. I don't like the job pick, but yeah, Luka job makes some sense there. Probably just go Milton or Norm or no Hayward gets picked. Just annoying because I don't know which way to go. Since everyone's reaching. I don't like this pick as much, but okay. I'm a fan of Dorian. I'll probably, you know, just get him. Um, yeah, then maybe I could go Melton next. Or Jaden. Cole actually is a good pick. But, uh, one surprising player that has not yet, one player that has not yet been picked, and quite surprising that he hasn't been picked is Nick Claxton. He has been a player that has been hyped as well, and has been usually picked by now. I hate that Cam Johnson got picked 2 picks before me. Cam Johnson would have been perfect. Did I improve my 3-pointers? Yeah. Just trying to look down further into the yeah. The note said, Matisse Thybulle has improved. Well, what game has he improved? Can he now score? I mean, can he do other things other than steals and blocks? Last year, Thybulle wasn't as good as well and reliable when it comes to the steals and blocks. But Pokusevski gets picked. So Jaren Jackson gets picked on the 9th round. I think that's. I still don't like his chances of playing uh, this year. I mean, before the All Star break. So yeah, I'm staying away. Caruso, Pokusevski. Pokusevski is another player who seemingly has been moving up the draft boards. I mean, he was picked at round 9. Mike Conley, lots of. This is an interesting lineup here by Pat Byrne. He's got Booker, Mitchell. I mean, surprising already, those two. And then he went on to go with Westbrook and Conley, 2 old guys who are probably past their prime. And um, yeah, Conley is going to be, I think the chances of him being traded is quite low. He's probably going to stay in Utah. And given that Utah is trying to get high picks, he probably won't play as much in Utah. So I didn't like that. And if he was looking for a point guard, he could have went with um, Bones or Melton. They might play more games than Mike Conley. So yeah, and Westbrook, we all know Westbrook's story in LA. Uh, so there. Let's see how we do here. Bagley gets picked. I mean, I like that everyone's picking these guys. It might leave some room for me to pick some players from my queue. I mean, hype guys like Vanderbilt, not yet picked. Well, because Utah maybe have had lots of forward acquisitions lately. Even the rookie Walker Kessler does not look like a sure thing now. So I could understand why. But there are lots of value players. I mean, Claxton hasn't been picked. He is probably the lone center in Brooklyn. Um, Isaiah Jackson hasn't been picked. Usually by this time, has he should have been picked already. Brook Lopez, another player who hasn't been picked there. There. So back to back, the centers I've been talking about. Who else? Yeah, pretty much those guys. Powell is another guy. I might just go with Powell here. And then if I could still get Melton, I'd probably still get maybe a power forward to end it. I lack power forward. I think uh, I can still get a couple of power forwards. Anyway, let's see. Dort gets picked. That Bones still they probably. Let's see who Subbarak is going to get. So this is what, round 10? So two more rounds already. Two more rounds after this. I knew it. I knew Subbarak was. I didn't want to say it, but I had this feeling that he might have been choosing between Melton and Norm Powell. And I wouldn't be surprised if he picked, Norm. Solid lineup here by Subbarak, I think. Next to mine, I like his lineup. I like it a lot. I like some of the guys Pantasha has picked. Let's see. Who do we go for next? Can't believe I missed out on some scoring here. Yeah, missed out on some scorers. Let's see. There might be a few left. Let's try to find them. Dylan Brooks gets picked. We need some scoring, some bit of scoring. Some old guys who can score. Kevin Love. Why not, right? I was thinking Milton and then go um, yeah, I might go like I might go Jaden here if he gets to me. And then good. And then I might go Bojan, Bogdan. Yeah. Let's go Jaden. 145. I think it's not much of a risk there. The feel good standings. I'm doing well there. And then I'll probably go Bogdan here. Fournier is another option, but let's see. All right, Fournier gets picked. He was my other option. Um, yeah, probably now go Bogdan. Here to in the last round, unless he gets picked. If he gets picked, then interestingly, Jaden Suggs is still there. Could be someone to consider too. Or I can go Kevin Love. I mean, okay, Paisley, okay, Vanderbilt. So assist is another thing that try to get better at. That's going to be a challenge because there aren't much options. I think my two options would be Bogdan or Jalen Suggs. With faults out, uh, no timetable has been set. Suggs could help me there. Suggs could be a viable option, and with everyone reaching, Bogdan might still end up in the free agent pool. O'Hara gets picked. So I'm not sure. The guys here are picking some old reliables now. I mean, Harold, Puerto, Vanderbilt. Actually, Vanderbilt picked a little low. He was kind of hype. I think the recent moves of Utah contributed to that. IU gets 153rd. He was one of my options too. Uh, so let's go. Grant Williams is another player that could have some value boost. Um, all right, last round. Final round, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Back to back picks. So Bad Burn picked Davion Mitchell. Keeping my fingers crossed here. Today was actually media day for the NBA, and in a few days, the preseason games will start. So Bad Burn rounds out his um, draft with Bogdan. Now Diaz, let's see Diaz team. LeBron Anthony Davis, and Fox. Interesting combination of players here, actually. Let's see this type of combo. So now teams are taking a lot more time making their picks. Patrick Williams gets picked. Leandro Ball signed with Charlotte. I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with the medal being there and being the star player. Devontae Graham gets picked too. Not really our type, I guess. There, Grant Williams, a player that might benefit in the absence of Robert Williams. Damn, Jalen Suggs gets picked. Uh, Damn it, Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs was a nice pick. Uh, who do we pick now? How long would Markle be out? So Ace picks Miles Bridges. I might just pick Fultz and then put him on my IL plus. Let's see. I need some help in this. I would have wanted Suggs. Yeah, for your last pick, I don't mind. All right, we're rounding out last four picks. Looking back, I should have picked Suggs earlier. Let's see who gets who. I forgot I was sharing my screen. Just look at an email. Good thing it was really nothing. Oh, JaVale. A lot of people seem to have forgotten about JaVale. He is going to start in Dallas, from what we've heard. So yeah, interesting. There you go. Quickly. Last two picks. You think Kevin Love would be picked? If he is not picked, he's one of the guys I might get off my from the waiver. Um, yeah, him and maybe what's the news on Joe Harris? Royce O'Neal gets picked, and there you have it. Jalen Duren rounds out this draft, and yeah, that's it. Hope I didn't bore you with my commentaries. Let's see the feel good standings. Oh, there. Uh, feel good for me being number one there, but I kind of need some more improvements in certain parts of my game, particularly the points and little on the assists. But yeah, overall, I kind of like where I'm at. I kind of like, my players. I think there could have been some players wherein I should have chosen one over the other, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. All right, that's it. That's just the um, first 1,000 peso buy-in leagues, and in honor of the truth, Paul Paul Pierce. This is the truth head-to-head league uh, that just drafted. All right, next draft would be on Thursday, I think, September 30th. That's a Thursday. And it will be Commish who will be drafting there. So we'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.